Welcome to the Bet Leveling Show. I am Alan. I'll be your host today. We will be going over the NBA Cup Finals today. We have a massive game. We got so much eyeballs on this game, so much money into this game, and we're going to try to predict our future of what's going to happen. And then I also got my 4-leg free picks for today. I can't wait to show you guys, and I honestly can't wait for this game. It should be a great game. We got the San Antonio Spurs, who really just knocked out the Oklahoma City Thunder. They were the number 1 seed, and they only lost one time before they just got beat. And then we have the New York Knicks, who has been on an absolute tear as of late. They won their last 5. They just have a great groove. Brunson's doing his thing. Hart is going back to getting his minutes. And then Karl Anthony Towns is doing what Cat does. So we got a great game tonight, but I want to dive deep into the numbers, see where the money's at, see what the spread's looking like, and then I'll follow up with my favorite picks. So let's get right into it, guys. Before I go into the NBA slate for tonight, I do want to go over the quick recap here from the last video. So it was a big slate on the last video, went through a couple things, and as you guys can see, we only missed 2. And then we were 1 out of 3 for the player props there on that day, but not a bad slate at all. Brooklyn Nets spread, we were right about. Hawks money line, Philadelphia, Atlanta over, Pelicans spread. You know, the Chicago and the New Orleans Pelicans game going under. That 250 just didn't seem right. I had to go with the under. The Sacramento Kings, I did mention that the 14.5 was probably like where I'll go. I did feel like the Kings were going to lose, but I was like, nah, they're not going to lose by 15. And sure enough, they lost by 14, which is crazy. So we were right on the line there, but we still cashed it. Timberwolves money line, Lakers money line, Lakers minus 1.5, Portland plus 7.5, and then we just missed the under for that game because I did say the under. So let's see what we can do tonight and cook up. I want to show you guys what I did yesterday for my people that follow me on X. We cashed out a plus 4,300 slip with all assists. Let me show you guys really quick what it was. What a banger. What a banger, man. Plus 4,300. Cashed that yesterday. Posted that on my X at Live2Amuse. Post all the free picks as well down below in the Discord. It's all free. Sign up, get your spot down. But, man, what a play. I had Jaylen Brown, 6 assists, Jamal Shead, 6 assists, Isaiah Collier, 6 assists, and Amen Thompson. That man hit it in the last 5 to 6 minutes of the game, had me sweating, but he cashed it. And so we cashed out a pretty good slip yesterday for the entire public. If you guys want some more plays, go ahead and follow me on X. If you guys want even more plays and more, a lot more when it's dialed in, because I don't post as much on X. I post a little bit, and then the most and majority of my plays are in the Discord. So go ahead and join that for free. And then I know Garrett has the NFL slate, and community's great, community's good. So they can keep it going. So let's get into the slate tonight, guys. Just wanted to share that nice little lotto that was nicely hit yesterday. And we're looking to keep momentum going. So let's see what we can do. So now let's dive deep into the numbers. We have the San Antonio Spurs again versus the Knicks. This is going to be a fun, interesting game. The Knicks are, of course, the favorites. They're sitting at minus 135, and then we have the San Antonio Spurs at plus 120. It did fluctuate a little bit at plus 125, but it looks like it went back down to plus 120. The spread is sitting at 3.5. Some apps you can find it at minus 2.5 for the Knicks in the Knicks way. And then we have the total sitting at 232, and again, some apps are favoring around 233, 234. So let's follow the money, guys. Let's follow the money and see what we can find out to see what tonight's looking like. And our favorite, public favorite, Vegas favor. So I like to do this. We have the majority of numbers on the Knicks, which makes complete sense. The Knicks have been on a complete tear, winning their last 5. Brunson's been going off. Cat is doing his thing, ramping back up. Josh Hart is back. They have a really solid bench, and they have a solid starting 5. So I don't blame the public going towards the Knicks whatsoever. But I will say the San Antonio Spurs were not at 37% last night. They were probably 19 to 20%. I was looking at it the past couple days. This morning, when I wake up to record this video, they are sitting at 37%. That is crazy. A lot of people just switched up and decided to go with the Spurs this morning and today. Maybe a lot of people are hedging. Who knows? But I will say that jumped up a good 10 to 15% overnight. So it's going to be interesting. We do have the Spurs covering the spread. Again, it's at plus 3.5. Looks like 76% of the money is on the Spurs to cover. And then it looks like majority of the money is on the game to go over. So you guys know what I'm going to do today. You guys already know. I want to go over and hammer the under. I think it's going to be a pretty close and competitive game. These people want that money. They already talked about what they're going to do with it when they win. So I think it's going to be the head-to-head. The one thing I will say that I really do like when it comes to the money line or spread, I'm going to sprinkle, man. I'm going to sprinkle, and I'm going with the San Antonio Spurs money line. I don't think I'll be right with this, but this should just be a great thing for me to see. I think Wembanyama getting like finals MVP or something like that, or winning the whole thing based off an injury, and then also beating Oklahoma City in the last game. I just think they can ride that momentum. I think they can ride that wave. But if I was, with the gambling and looking at that, or just like where the money is, it looks like, honestly, it might be Knicks spread. Just looking at the numbers, I think they can cover -2.5. What I want to happen is the Spurs to win. I'm going to sprinkle on the money line. But what I think is actually going to happen is the Knicks cover the spread at -2.5. Just looking at the money, looking where everything is, I say the Knicks win, and it's -2.5 by those odds. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, so let me go over my picks. Again, this is a short slate, small slate. We don't have much to go through, but I will go through my favorite four-leg play. It's a 7.5x on Prize Picks. You guys can water it down, or you guys can juice it the way you want. But these are the plays that I love, and I'm going to stick with. Let's get into it. All right, so here we got the four-man pick. We have a couple goblin squares in there just because I did like the lines, and Prize Picks did not really want to work with me here. So we'll see what we have. So De'Aaron Fox, over 1.5 3-points made. We have Josh Hart, 17.5 points and assists. Those two are going to probably be my absolute favorite plays. I think Josh Hart, just coming off a game of 12 points, he does get a lot of assists, gets a lot of rebounds, especially rebounds as of late. But I think this game he's going to be doing a lot of dishing. And of course, games before that, he didn't have just only 12 points. This man has been going 18 points, 20 points, and higher. So I think he could have, honestly, hit that line just off of points tonight. But I did want to sprinkle the assists in there as well. And then De'Aaron Fox has just been absolute lights out lately, hitting over 1.5 3-points made in the past 9 games. So we'll see about that. And then I have the Karl Anthony Towns to get under 14 rebounds and assists with Wembanyama playing, and especially playing for the money, wanting to win the whole thing. I just don't think Cat will be able to do his thing. Maybe Cat gets in foul trouble as well, because just guarding Victor is just tough in itself. So I have less on that, and then I have Victor Wembanyama to get over 8.5 defensive rebounds and boards. So you guys are probably wondering, why did you pick these? Well, let's dive into the analytics here. I'm going to show you guys exactly the breakdown and exactly why I picked these plays. Let's get right into it first with that De'Aaron Fox play. So as you can see, with De'Aaron Fox, he has hit this 90% of the time, especially when it's coming to playing in the Emirates Cup Finals, wanting to get the money, wanting to win. I can't see how he misses 2-3 points made. He's been shooting lights out. He's the starting point guard. He's been doing his thing. Even on the Sacramento Kings, he was averaging this as well. So I just can't see how he misses this. Yes, it's a goblin. Yes, it's a little, with the minus odds, but it is a great look. Good little green square to watch. Might even hit it in the first half. I'm sticking to this. This is my favorite play of the night. Now let's go check out the other ones. Now we have Josh Hart. Again, over 17.5. He has an 80% hit rate on this play. He's hit this in last 3 games. He did not hit it against the Utah Jazz, but he hit it 5 straight before that. So I just think this is a great line for this. Again, yes, it's a little lower. Yes, it's not on the regular line. I believe the regular line is 19.5. I don't hate 19.5 either. If you guys want to get a little bit ballsier and do 19.5, go for it. I don't blame you at all. I just wanted to keep it a little subtle here, just because, again, going 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 4 is not my favorite look. I want to cash out today, and today we're going to do it. So the 7.5x, $20 on that, 1 unit size on that gets you $150, $130 profit. So why not, right? I do like this line. With De'Aaron Fox, Josh Hart, 2 favorite picks. If you guys just want to run a 2-leg, I believe that's a 2x. Double up your money. Why not, right? So let's go over exactly why I picked that the Karl Anthony Towns under as well. So let's dive into it. So why did we go with Karl Anthony Towns under 14? Well, we can see here it is a 60% hit rate. He has hit it 6 out of his last 10 games, and he's only gone over on this 14 rebounds and assists against Toronto, against Charlotte, against Milwaukee, and against the Nets. If you guys can tell, he has a pattern. When it's a more freely playing game, when he has a high scoring, when he's able to just kind of play the way he wants without great defenders playing against him. Well, guess what? Tonight he's playing against Victor Wembanyama. 7 6'9" alien, 7'6", however tall that man is, with a crazy wingspan going against someone who's frail, just like Karl Anthony Towns. I think Karl can get into a pretty high foul trouble as well. He can do that, especially against someone like Victor Wembanyama. And I just can't see him getting a lot of boards. Even last game, he did get some good boards, but it's towards the second half. I think he ended like the first half with 3 or 4. So even with doing that against the team he played before, in the last cup game, I just don't see him hitting this against Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. The Spurs are really great when it comes to rebounding. The only thing I can see him is getting assists, but again, Karl Anthony Towns maybe can average 2-3 assists. Other than that, I think he stays under. Another great play here for the Karl Anthony Towns is under 11.5 to 12 rebounds. So that's another one as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if this line here gets to about under 13 or around 12.5 by game starts. We'll see. I was able to get it early, so that's a little plus there. Hopefully you guys can too. But that's what I'm sticking with here. Now let's dive into the last one. So last play we have is Victor Wembanyama over 8.5 defensive rebounds. He has hit this 60% of the time. He's missed it last game against OKC, but the only reason why is because he was on a limits restriction. I do not think he has a limits restriction this game, especially because they're trying to win the cup. They're trying to win the finals and lift that cup there. So I think he can do it, especially against the New York Knicks. They're not really crazy, like great defensively or rebounding wise. Cat usually stays around that 3-point and mid range. The only person that can give me some issues and problems is Mitchell Robinson, but even then, Wembanyama is 7'6" with a crazy wingspan. Can probably get 5-6 defensive rebounds by halftime. So this is one of my favorite props here as well. I think he does hit this, and he only missed it by 2 against Oklahoma City Thunder, and again, that was with limited minutes. So I do not hate this play at all. 7.5x. I think we cashed today, and this is what we got rocking and rolling. Let me know down below what you guys like, don't like. What would you guys take out? What would you guys exchange? I'd love to hear you guys' player props and more. If you guys want some more plays and looks and picks, again, follow me at Live to Amuse on X, and then also do what you do best and go ahead and join the free Discord. It is completely free. That's where we send in all my plays, and the community's fire. Go ahead and post some plays if you guys like some there as well, some insight and all. So that is it for the show today. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and let's have a night.